Hey, what's up? Ayodele Harrison here, Senior Partner of Education and Director of BME's Talk, all with CommunityBuild Ventures. It is December 2021. I was almost at 22. Congratulations. We made it. We made it. We made it to December. I don't have to tell you, a lot has happened this year. A lot has transpired this year. And we are just really grateful to be alive and well and ending the year off right here. And so on this video today, I'm just going to do a brief recap of the year. So much we've been blessed with so much opportunity, so much work, and ability to connect with so many dynamic individuals in the education space and the consulting space and all those other types of things. So I'm just going to do a short recap of the year and then also preview a little bit about what's to come in the new year. But before I do that, I wanted to just, as you know, begin with Brave Space, but I wanted just to begin specifically with gratitude. And so just this past year, one of the thank you gifts that I got from that all the cooperative members from CommunityBuild Ventures received from CBV were these gratitude cards. And it's a deck of 52 cards to inspire a life of gratitude. Let me take a sip of water and slow down. Yes, I love big plastic cups. Anyway, so I pulled out a card today, and which I often do. I try and do every single day. And it just has information about gratitude. It says, gratitude is honoring the gift of life by indulging in moments of ordinary celebration. So one of the moments of ordinary celebration is right now, as I record this, the sun is shining, the weather is cool here in Atlanta, and just want to celebrate life, celebrate health, both physically or all physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. Just grateful to be in good mind, body, and spirit moving forward, and having a great sunshine day to be recording this particular call on. I invite you to pause for a moment and think about honoring the gift of life by indulging in a moment of ordinary celebration. So find that moment, cultivate that moment, shout it out as we begin to move forward with this. All right, so the year in review. Boy, we've been up to a lot. In February 2020, in February of this year, we launched the BME's Talk Leadership Lab. Across that lab, we were able to, over two separate cohorts, support 60 plus Black male educators in really tapping into the power of their own narrative, finding support and cultivating support with one another, and inspiring each other to continue to lead as Black men in education. So you've heard a lot about the Leadership Lab, but we had two Leadership Labs. We had hosted 9 virtual happy hours, BME Talk happy hours, where we engaged over 200 brothers across that. I published over 40 different podcasts that range to my experiences as a dad, my experiences as a Black man in this world, and also just thinking about some of the ideas around supporting educators and Black men in education. So again, my podcast is Ayodele Speaks. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. There's a whole host, obviously 40 podcasts 40 episodes that I recorded. So go ahead and find and let me know what you think about some of the ones that you see. And then also one of the bigger partnerships that happened this year was I was able to partner with the Create Teacher Residency. That's a residency based at Georgia State University to host their first, to design and facilitate a Black Men in Education collaborative. And this was a 4-day, 8 hours, like 32-hour professional learning experience supporting Black men in Atlanta public schools. So I'll put the link to the video so that you can see what that experience was like, but just really had a great time bringing that experience to life for Black men in education here in Atlanta public schools. In terms of other work that that I've been working on, was able to engage, and I continue to have some year-long work working with a few schools here in Atlanta on designing and facilitating Black male educator affinity groups. Was able to participate this year as a thought partner in a strategy development for a statewide approach to supporting and retaining Black men in education here. And then also was able to work with Natasha specifically and our cooperative to design some racial equity facilitation, some strategies, some styles, some skills at being able to do that, but then also design curriculum, around racial equity and how we can continue to help people understand racial equity, embrace racial equity, and embody it. So those are some of the things that were there. And then also was really grateful to Dr. April, who produced a national report on education-based racial affinity groups. BME's talk, our work was featured in that. Dr. Warren Grice, April is her first name, was able to interview over 100 education-based racial equity group leaders to learn what they're doing. And BME's talk, I was one of those leaders that she interviewed. And so I'll put the link below so that you can see the full report that she wrote that actually talked about how are these beneficial to, how are racial affinity groups beneficial to educators? And then what are some things we can be doing to make more space for them, and what is coming out of these racial affinity groups? Also had, a number of speaking engagements throughout the year. I'm excited that I was able to work with The Block, based out of Kansas City, a Black male educator group based out of Kansas City, to lead a panel with the Bond Project that does men in education, men of color in education work in Maryland. Got a chance to present for a few national conferences, some that have been, have been around for many years, others that have just started this year. So just really a great chance to talk. And a variety of the topics that I mentioned that I was able to speak on was education-based racial affinity groups, specifically supporting, recruiting, retaining Black men in education, around just racial equity in education, around how students benefit from having a diverse teaching workforce or same race teacher in front of them. So was really grateful to being able to be invited to speak at a variety of places, all virtually. And I hope for that to continue to do some, not hope, the plan is to do more speaking engagements virtually and also in person coming up in 2022. We'll share more with that in the future. Was also invited this year to speak on a number of different podcasts, some around social emotional learning, others around supporting parents as they transition back into as their children transition back into school. What are some advice to give to parents? Was speaking about supporting Black men in education. So these are on various podcasts and Facebook Live. So just really grateful to have had a chance to share my voice, to share my voice, my thinking, and some of the research that is currently out there, and some of the things that are really on the ground that are happening here in Atlanta and around the country in these particular topics. So with that, I'll take another sip of water. And I'll say that so much gratitude, so much appreciation, so humble for the work that I've been able to lead and also be a part of in 2021. And we're only just beginning. In Q1 of 2022, CommunityBuild Ventures has a huge announcement to make. I wish I can share it with you right now. It is around supporting Black men in education. I'm gonna hold my tongue because I want to be able to say it, but we're in the incubation stage of some work, and you will learn more about it in Q1 of 2022. So just really excited about that, on the horizon, be able to share that with you. And then also we'll continue to provide our current services around supporting school districts, organizations, networks, charter schools, independent schools, international schools, with work around building out racial affinity groups, with work around grow your own leadership development programs, and then also bringing race-based building to these various communities with that. So if you seek those particular services, I'm your guy, high five me in, reach out, whatever platform works for you, social media, via email, responding to this YouTube video, however that might be. Let's talk, because I know that the year is wrapping up, but also in the education space, we know budget season is coming up. If not, it hasn't started already, but it's February, March is that budgeting season. And for many, it might be earlier than that. If you need some, professional learning needs or whatever services that you might need that align with racial affinity group, grow your own leadership development programs, or racial equity facilitation, I'm your guy. Go ahead and reach out. CommunityBuild Ventures is your company. So with that, I want to bring this video to the close and just say thank you. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Thank you so much for liking us, resharing, reposting, commenting on our social media platforms. Thank you for the introductions throughout this year. I've had several introductions. You all have said, hey, Ayodele, I need you to meet such and such in Maryland. Hey, Ayodele, I need you to connect with such and such in California. Hey, Ayodele, I need you to connect with, have you connected with such and such in Atlanta? Thank you for connecting me to those people, leaders, organizations who, and thank you for understanding what we do and connecting us to organizations that are seeking to support schools and educations, and more importantly, our students and our community. So please continue to keep that up. But I just want to say thank you for that particular work, and just so much more to come. During this holiday season and into the new year, I'm sending you all lots of love and light. Be safe during this time. Find enjoyment, find peace, get your rejuvenation, re-energize, because 2022 is going to be a bang up year. We're going to hit the ground running in January, and just so excited about what's to come. And I want to continue to collaborate and partner with you. So don't hesitate to reach out. But I wish you all well. Be safe. Take care.